Junior, the Zab Judah fight, how'd that come again? To get
I know the story.
Come and tell us how it all came together. Was he in the gym ready for the fight? Did he know about the fight coming, or he just came along?
Tell the truth, because I live with me, so I remember the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. You remember it, dear?
It
Well,
was
you
there.
tell it then.
No, let's hear your version first.
My version is simple.
Right, go on then.
I finished training one day.
That's right.
Yeah.
I came home.
It was the first day.
Thursday, you know the day as well.
And I think John phoned me up and just went, "Yeah, we've got you to have Judah fight a week on Saturday."
That's right. You had 9 days preparation, right?
But did you know you could do it? Because you was in gym, innit?
Junior thinks he could beat everyone. That's his attitude.
It's a human being with 2 arms, 2 legs.
That's it,
Yeah.
But realistically, it was. Yeah, I'd finished training, come home, and then John phoned me up and he went, "Got you this fight, week on Saturday. What's your weight today?" As John said, "What you weighing?"
You was always in good shape, though.
10-9.
Yeah.
Right, you're boxing a week on Saturday. Zab Judah. You're going to get X amount.
I'm not going to talk about how much that is, right? And how much it was as well.
It was crap.
Yeah, was it?
It was poor.
But was it better than what you were getting before, though?
A little bit.
D. Right, you're in the road, yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing a job, which is the best job in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most important job in the world. Are you going to get more money than you normally in your normal job every day, Monday to Friday? Yes, it's more money. But was it value for money for me? Realistically, no. But it comes down to it's a massive opportunity.
Yeah.
Could get something better after that.
Well, the thing with it is, if I win, I'm getting loads of money more.
Yeah.
But so there's loads of opportunity after it. Yeah. But it also puts me on to that next level.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping up one step. Yeah. I'm jumping up a flight of steps.
Yeah.
So it's the flight of steps to massive paydays.
You hadn't even fought for the European at this point.
I'd won the WBF title.
That's right.
I don't even want WBF.
Yeah.
So it's my second title fight.
Yeah.
I've done 2 8-rounders.
Gee.
Yeah. When I boxed WBF, I knocked him out in second.
Yeah.
Or third.
Yeah.
So I've not done more than 8. I've not been more than 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm now going in with the pound for pound champion.
Yeah.
It's a massive step. Ridiculous step. It never should have happened. Yeah. British Border Control was like, is this guy really good enough for a British title fight?
Yeah.
And then they all came into box for the IBF title against the official pound for pound number 1.
Yeah, it don't make sense, does it?
I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. It wouldn't be able to do the episodes or buy the equipment to do a podcast without the sponsors. So we're going to give a big shout out to
One Love Caribbean Food Shop in Bradford. Thank you very much.
The best Jamaican food in England, my wife will tell you. Also a big shout out to the Fat Loss King for sponsoring us. If you want to lose 5 to 20 pounds and look good for the summer, there's no better time and see results like this. Guys, keep on enjoying the podcast and don't forget to give us a shout out. Don't forget to like, share,
comment, subscribe,
and subscribe.
And subscribe as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah, which is madness.
You saved the show a little bit though, didn't you?
Yeah, it was saving show. It was a case of Zab Judah was coming over, Tyson was coming over. I know Frank's deal. He'd had a deal with TV companies in America saying there was so going to be 2 world title fights or 3 world title fights, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I think it was 2.
Let me cut you there. I got a call. You know, Jason Collins, we boxed.
No idea.
And then he was on the same show as yours, wasn't he? Jason Collins.
Was it?
And that one? I don't think so.
I'm sure he
No,
was.
I don't
No,
think
it's
so.
a
It was
different
in
show.
It was in Scotland.
Right.
It was Lou Savage, right?
Oh, the Mike
Lou Savage,
Tyson one.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, carry
He
on.
got bombed out in the first round by
Yeah,
Tyson, didn't
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? What was like before he got into the ring with Zab? What was it like? Did you see Tyson behind closed doors, things like
When he
that?
got weighed in and stuff like that.
Tell
press
us about the
conference.
week and the weighing, because I know there's some stories there.
The build up to it.
Yeah, tell us some stories.
There's some. Yeah. I'll skim over it. It's more in my book.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We're getting an
it's in the book.
exclusive here.
I met Tyson.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Crocodile.
Yeah.
Tyson's intimidating.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Crocodile is unbelievably intimidating.
The guy with glasses.
Crocodile's the mouth man.
Yeah.
glasses.
Like Bundini.
Yeah. He's about 6'4", 6'5". He's a big man.
Loud.
He's big. He's loud.
Yeah.
He's in your face. You will hear him before you see him,
Yeah.
and you can see him down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he walked into the room, and he is unbelievably intimidating.
Mm.
Yeah. And the thing with Tyson was Tyson.
Mm.
And Tyson was off his meds apparently because someone had died not long before that. So he was a little bit on edge. They were talking about him not actually travelling over.
Yeah, I remember.
So Tyson, everybody knows Tyson. Everybody's scared of Tyson. It's not a case
He's
of
got something about him, man.
he's got something about.
Yeah.
But Crocodile,
Yeah.
geez, that man's intimidating.
Yeah.
It would the loudness, the size of him, the way he stared, the way he looked as well. You want just one threat.
Yeah.
There's 3 threats.
Yeah.
Because there's Ab Judah as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Crocodile was very, very intimidating.
Yeah.
But I've seen him react, and he's quick and he was sharp, and I'm just like, actually seems like a really good man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did his job.
Yeah.
He went round and he intimidated people in front of for Tyson for the jab, and he was doing his job, and he did it very, very well.
Yeah.
Who
Was he in the room when you had to get gloved up? Who was it when you were getting gloved up?
No, when I get medical.
Medical.
Yeah. Yeah, he was there.
We were just chatting the whole time.
There was Crocodile, Tyson, Zab Judah, and the doctor, and
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Or was Tyson just staring you out?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson was bad. Zab's behind me, and I'm not actually bothered about Zab at this particular point.
Yeah.
With Tyson, because you know,
I've got Crocodile, I've got Tyson,
Yeah.
I've got Zab Judah behind me.
Yeah.
Was officially the baddest man on the planet,
Yeah.
as I've said a few times.
Yeah.
Getting like Half Roger.
80,000 people at Wembley.
Wembley.
So yeah, that whole experience was just unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many people would have cracked at that point.
Yeah.
Just kept cool.
You were really good at hiding exactly what you were thinking and feeling, though.
How were you feeling, really? Tell the truth.
Because I live with him and I can always
Yeah,
read
human
you.
being. How would you feel? Will you control yourself?
I was all right.
Yeah.
I just went, what's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yorkshireman, man.
Listen, you got to deal with
Bradford
you got to deal
ting.
with it.
Yeah, man.
You got to deal with it. And they stood there. They said, well, they didn't actually, Crocodile said a bit, but Tyson didn't say out.
What did he say
Zab
to you?
Judah didn't say out. They didn't say anything.
What did Croc say
They
to you?
just, I can't remember exactly.
All right.
You're gonna bust
Oh,
you
yeah.
up. You're gonna bust you up. All this type of stuff.
Just
Yeah.
a general
Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah.
jargon that comes out when you're at fights and what's happening. And but the way it was done
Yeah.
was very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I stood there and I just thought, well, this is going to either happen or it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind that wall there, that very thin wall, there's a load of people
Yeah.
who might come to my rescue.
Yeah.
But until that point, you've got to stand for yourself.
Yeah.
That's good, lad.
Yeah.
And I just went, it's going to happen. If he was going to go, he's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because all them people there, if Tyson wants to go, he's going to go.
Yeah.
And he didn't, which is very good for me. I'm still here.
and then you got out. You had the fight. How was that? What were you thinking when you were in
Changing
there?
rooms, obviously, they're from the changing rooms, putting gloves on, getting ready.
I was frustrated after the fight
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
because I realised I had so much more to give.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I finished the fight and I just thought, I've got another 3 rounds in me. I can do a 15-rounder.
But you hadn't done them rounds before, so
So
you were
it's-
trying
you
to
have to
gauge
pace
it,
yourself.
I'm
right?
just gauging it and
Yeah.
Yeah.
just understanding how much energy I've got and how much. And I'm thinking, I could have put a bit more into that.
Yeah.
I could have given a little bit more.
Yeah.
But constantly just thinking, I've got to do 12 rounds. I was knackered after 8.
Yeah.
And both times they did 8, I was knackered. So when they got into 12, I'm just like, I've got to save some energy. I've got to save some energy.
Yeah.
And it was just constantly that save instead of just like, let it go, let it fall.
To be fair, Junior, right? Most people would do 12 rounds against someone that level or someone slightly under the level and get used to what it's like to do 12 rounds. You're in there with a pound for pound guy at the time. So you've got to figure out what 12 rounds is.
And
Against the best in the world. That's not easy to do at all.
It's a good thing what you did. Because that gives you confidence.
Listen, it made me in so many ways, but also it just taught me a bit. It taught me a lot.
Yeah.
About me.
Yeah.
As a person, as a fighter, as a boxer, skill levels, abilities.
Yeah.
And it just proved that. And that's why I went into that 15 streak knockout run straight after.
Yeah, you did.
Because I then got that true belief of who I was and what I could do.
Yeah.
And the fact that even if I'm knackered, I can still box round anyone.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of fighters like Ricky and all them, they want to box you, because the one thing you could do is he could look after himself. You know, when you get in a fight and then two guys match that same level and one could potentially get hurt, he was never going to get hurt. He knew how to look after himself in there.
Listen, I've had plenty of times where I've been in with people. Yeah. I remember a session with you.
Oh, no.
He's going to love this if you start.
Stop it, lads. Stop.
Let me just tell you. I'll be nice.
Go on.
I'm going to be nice to you. Yeah, I'm not going to be too bad for you.
Okay, thank you.
But
You hate sparring me. What are you talking about?
He'll tell you about your stories next.
So, this man's been living in my house for a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Buggered off back to Manchester.
Yeah.
Pals up with Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in Manchester with Ricky and we're the boys, and we Manchester style, yeah. bar bag, Manchester style. That's what he used to come in and say all the time.
He still says it now. After listening to it every bloody week, man, what are you on about?
Yeah. And then he gets in, and he comes in and he gives it, I know how to deal with Junior. Yeah, we've been working on him in Junior. We've been working in Manchester. We know how to beat Junior. Yeah. I've got the technique to beat him. Yeah. Now, he says this to everyone in the gym.
Oh, gosh.
Not just to one person. Not to Isham, I'm not dealing with, we've been working with Isham, I made a little chat between these. No. Man's in front of everybody in the gym, including Dominic.
So you get in there.
Yeah. So I know he said it, and I'm just like, do you like him? Just chill. Yeah. So I get in. I've got a fight that's supposed to be coming up. Dominic walks over. Your fight's been cancelled. I've been training for that for 2 months. I've been dying for 2 months. I'm not happy. Yeah. Your fight's been cancelled. This
and
is
he's
right.
talking.
Yeah. And he's talking that crap. Yeah. Hang your head in shame. Yeah. And then we get to see him. We're doing sparring as normal. And then he gives it, right, we'll have some open today. And you know how often we have it open in that gym?
Yeah.
Never.
Everybody get out.
D, get in.
Junior.
Yeah. And he grabs D and he gives it. So you've been saying you know how to deal with Junior. You've done it. Yeah. Manchester style, we've worked it out. We know how to deal with him.
Did you honestly say that?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
It's exaggerating now. Come on, Junior. Anyway, carry on.
He gets in. Yeah, and Dominic, right, get in, Junior. I just went, I don't want to. He went, get in. And I just went, so I got in. And I went, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in a good mood. I'm going to go through the motions because I have to go through the motions, but I don't really want to. Yeah. He's jumping now because he thinks he's thinking in his head, I'm scared of him.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I'm just
What's
like, I'm not in the mood.
What's up with you, man?
Yeah.
Carry on.
So we start open. And I start off with a warning shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't take the warning.
And the warning shot was a solid jab. Boom! Poof! Head back. Yeah. And then he looked at me and just went, yeah, all right. I've got you. And I'm just like, that's your warning shot. Just chill. And for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, he went, okay, we're going to calm down. We're going to have a nice little spar. And then I just calmed it down and went calm with him. He decided that, that's all he's got. I'm going to put it on him. So we did.
Did he? How did he do?
He put it on me.
Did I?
Yeah. You put it on me, and I just moved you off, and then I hit him with his left hook, and he just like sleep.
I think you didn't knock me out.
D.
You didn't knock
You
me
blacked out.
No one knocked me out in
You
sparring.
blacked out.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. You blacked out this bad.
This man is lying, man.
The round
You know what I
finished.
mean?
Yeah. He stood on the we put him on the
Story,
shelf
that's
on the
like-
side for a round. He got back in, didn't even realise that it had a round out.
Lying now, that's the story. I know this man knocked out his fight. Please don't listen to this man here. Please don't. Anyway,
I
good
don't
story
know to
anyway,
believe
Junior.
that.
Come on. Would you? Come on, Junior.
I think the only way we can do it is turn the cameras off at the
Oh,
end.
got a ring now, you know what I mean? Bare knuckle like York style.
Hey, you couldn't go bare knuckle. Like Bobby Vanzi.
Oh, forget that, man.
I was in a similar situation as you, though. I
What's
was
that?
living with you at one point and going to Manchester.
I use his room. Didn't
I was
went to-
going with Patrick Maxwell and doing training
And I
with Ricky while I was living with you.
thing.
That was a bit
I
of
was
an
going to
awkward.
beat you up as well, but
That was that was awkward.
spar with him?
That was awkward.
what?
You spar with him?
No, because I'd
No.
left Brendan.
Oh, he left.
I'd left
Oh, he
Brendan
left.
at the time.
Right.
So I was still living with them, but I was
Yeah.
going with Patrick Maxwell over to
Right.
train with Ricky.
So you used Brendan's house and slept
No, I
there,
went to
man?
Brendan's
No.
house. It was
Oh,
Nigel
No,
Bradley's.
Bradley's house.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nigel Bradley's. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Boxing's small.
He was, man.
Don't worry. They didn't say anything about me when I was over there. They understood it. I think Pat had told them.
Yeah.
So, so obviously, after the end of Judy, you started going 15 knockouts straight.
Yeah.
Ricky Hatton fight, how'd that come to? Because obviously people were talking, saying
That fight's been on the brew since
from day one,
2000.
from 2000, yeah?
2000 from 2010 Pro. It was on the brew, it was on the card,
Say he's the best.
and it could have been done, and it should have been done.
Why do you think it wasn't done?
He didn't
From
want it.
from your
Two
perspective.
reasons. He didn't want it, and his team didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay, let me ask you a question because I got the opportunity. I've got you in front of me. Is it they don't want it because they think they're going to lose, or is it they don't want it because they know they can get paid a lot more money fighting an easy opponent? Oh, what do you think?
I think it's a case of they know they're going to get beat.
Okay. Ricky, if you're watching...
yeah, and also, yeah, but I was comparing it to like Kel and Khan. Because Kel and Khan were like out there, and I'm thinking, how come they got their fight? It should have been like that as well. Where they got the opportunity to like Kel.
I think the difference between Kell and Khan is Khan got to a point and he thought, I can take him.
Yeah.
Right. But Ricky's been saying that anyway, all along.
Ricky didn't
Wait,
really
look,
say much actually on it. I haven't really heard Ricky say too much about Junior. Ricky, he didn't really talk about it.
Ricky
He
tries not to talk
Tried
about
not to,
that.
but he had
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
for
And
the
it's
cameras.
like when he did his exhibition, when he come back,
The
so when he come back the first time,
yeah,
2015,
Yeah.
the Russian kid.
yeah, and they said to me, what do you think about Ricky coming back? And I just went, I don't know why he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's got money, he's got success, he's got fame, everything's working for him. You need to come back with something that's going to motivate you.
Yeah.
That fight won't motivate him enough. Yeah? And he got beat.
Yeah. Ironically, with a body shot as well.
Yeah,
after all
man,
them
the
years.
old body shot.
But
that?
it's just one of those things that happens. But then he came back and he did that exhibition not so long ago with Barrera.
Yeah.
And it were like, who's interested in this?
Yeah.
Yeah? And it's like, you really want to get people's words talking.
Yeah.
Mention my name.
That'd be perfect now.
And listen, it can still be done. I'm fine. Listen, everybody knows I'd still do it.
I'll train
Yeah.
you, lad. We'll train you, lad. The team will train you. Dietitian, and we'll train you.
Why not?
Yeah.
Have you seen you?
Don't watch me. We'll train you on pads. We'll get you in there.
I've seen you on pads. I got pad, man. I'm all right.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah, I got team here already.
Okay,
yeah.
I need
okay.
someone to do hold the body belt for him to
Yeah,
just.
smash it, man.
To be honest, D, you can soak up enough punishment.
Yeah, you don't need a body belt. Just
Yeah,
get
no,
in there.
just
Watch
soak
now,
up
man.
punishment.
Watch now. You got one as well, mate. It's popping
Well,
up.
mine looks good.
I can't see the hitter. It's covered up.
See, look,
The
pull it
custom
down.
sucking
Yeah.
belly like that. That's it, lad.
Switch hits are customs, yeah, by Junior Witter. Yeah.
There you go. There you go, so.
You did it. You won the belts the
Yeah.
traditional way. The traditional don't really exist anymore, does it?
No, people.
Unfortunately, not. No. People's memory is short. And it's surprising how short they are.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a kid come into this gym, and he doesn't know who Naseem Hamed is.
Yeah, I've had it myself.
And who's Naseem Hamed? Who's that? And I'm just like, 1 minute. Through that period, actually, you were probably on bomb then.
Yeah.
He ruled boxing worldwide.
Can you imagine Naz now in social media?
What was it like with you, Naz?
Naz was
He
Naz.
done a lot of sparring
Yeah?
with Naz. I've seen him do a lot of sparring with
Yeah,
Naz. He was
I mean-
one of the very few that did.
Naz was good. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Tricky, awkward, spiteful, vindictive, nasty boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No empathy when you're in
No
there.
empathy. No empathy.
No, it's gonna take you out.
He's gonna hurt you if he can hurt you.
Yeah.
He'll hit you while you're out. There needed to be a ref there.
I sparred him loads of times. Had some good spars with him. Had some all right spars with him. I mean, taught me loads. Learnt off him.
Yeah.
Saw some of his dirty ass tricks and just thought, nice one that.
I like the one that no one really picked up on was the chop shot.
Oh, the
What
chop
was
shot.
that?
Yeah.
The chop shot
The
was
chop shot.
deadly, man.
What's that?
He would just.
He'd wait for you to go. So the ref would be on this side. He'd wait for you to sing that side, and in the southpaw stance, he'd make it look like an uppercut, but he'd twist his hips and outside of the glove chop you.
It's a weird one.
Yeah. He does it so well though you couldn't see.
He
Wow.
never got pulled for it,
Yeah.
and I have seen him do it. And he's done it to me. I'm not saying he
It
hasn't.
hurts, man.
But you learn, then you just learn like there's things to be done and can be done.
Yeah.
Tricks like that, there's loads of little things, insights that I teach some of my fighters.
Yeah.
That I'm teaching most of them, so they can prepare
In
and
case.
deal with someone
Situations.
doing it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my first fight. I'm in the corner. He's basically pushing back in corner. And he's got me, he's got his forearm up under my throat. And he's pushing my head back so he can land a hook on top.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
I dealt with it because you fight, you're in a fight, you got to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then got back to boxing because I realised I wanted to box.
Yeah.
I was winning the boxing very comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But things like that, when that happened, and the referee didn't pull him and didn't tell him off, and I got back to corner, he went, "Yeah, carry on." Yeah, but nothing. Shut up. Get on with the next bit. That's done. Yeah, deal with what's happening now. What happened yesterday can't be dealt with. Yeah, that round's done now. We're into this round, and he just moved on. But yeah, Naz had loads of little tricks. Kid Gallad's got ridiculous amounts of tricks.
Yeah.
And it's like, the difference is, Naz would do a little trick, and then he'd knock you out.
On top of it.
Yeah. Whereas kids done this trick, done that trick, done this trick, done that trick, and it's like, where's the knockout at the end of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to move on. And a lot of ability, a lot of skill.
Naz would stand over you once he's done it as well,
Gee.
just to let you know.
Yeah.
Like knock you out and then stand over you, and then it's the eye contact
Jeez.
to let you know.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, and then it's like I don't make it. He'd look at you like
Wow. To say you don't like
even in
it.
sparring, it was like, you want to do this again? Like he'd make you think about not getting back in the ring with him again. So if you got back in and sparred a second time,
It's a
you
good
earned a
thing-
lot of
good
respect.
Good thing over there.
I remember him sparring with John
You'd have got
Thaxton. I remember him sparring.
John Thaxton did ridiculous amounts of rounds with
Yeah.
Naz.
Body,
And
but
I've
only body
seen-
sparring.
Yeah.
Only body. I'd seen
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of the
this-
body sparring, but my word, did Naz let some shots fly in body sparring?
He smashed John Thaxton so many times.
John's tough, man.
Yeah, real
Tough. Yeah, listen, you got to remember John Thaxton sparred with Pelly after that.
Yeah.
Pelly was 16 stone of pure muscle, number 2 in the country, heaviest weight, knocking everybody out.
Yeah.
And I've seen Thaco stand toe to toe with Pelly,
Yeah.
just bouncing punches off each other. And I'm just looking, just thinking, I'm smarter than that.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
3 p.m. sparring that one.
Wow. That was
Thaxton, Pelly used to come in first, and I used to just get in and start sparring straight away. Yeah.
Listen, them days were really good in that respect. You got in and you got to work. But everyone did. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to work, you got in early.
Yeah.
You want to just have a lounge around. I'm a boxer. I'm going to pause a little bit.
Late when they all finish.
You're getting at 5:30 like this guy did.
I was always in at 3 p.m. I was blown away because me. No.
To be honest, he used to come in at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
He'd sit down outside. He'd watch everything.
And wait till 5.
And wait till 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
So the guy's actually tired of coming late.
Nah.
When did he get changed on the side? The champions?
No.
In the back room. In the back room.
I know you're on about. You waited to come to Manchester, from Manchester to Sheffield
Listen,
after everyone left.
Listen, I remember when you brought me to Sheffield the first time when you turned pro. He picked me from Bradford, he brought me to Sheffield, but I went to Manchester after I was moved over there.
Yeah.
But I did. I was looking for Naz, but Naz wasn't in that time.
No, Naz had left by then.
No. He come over before.
I came home before with him.
He did come over before.
With him to look around.
He saw the training, realised how hard it was, and he buggered off to Manchester.
No.
I'm telling you now, though, when you used to come in at 3 p.m.,
I
had no amateur background, kickboxing background, walking into that gym. I couldn't believe at that time, you'd be sparring with Junior, you'd turn around, they'd all be in the ring at the same time.
Yeah, I know that's what
you turn around and Pelly stood there, and then Johnny stood there,
and
then Ryan stood there,
not hold it back.
And then Oscar was there, Clifton was there, Anderson was there, Kevin Mitchell was there, and then you had Faxton, you had Peter, the Russian kid, Peter Fedorenko.
Yeah.
You had Fedorenko.
He had potential.
Yeah, he had potential. You had the other one, Perrier's.
Perry had
He had some power. It's just like
potential. But he got.
And I had no experience. I had no experience, and I'm turning around and sparring all these different people.
How do you do?
Did all right.
It was good for a round.
Yeah.
Every time he'd come out and he'd be flash. Get to round 2, go. Round 3, he's having a rest.
Nah,
sit down for 2 rounds.
The first bit was all right. I did do a lot of that though.
Yeah.
I was like because I was quite new, so I was a lot like Wayne McCulloch.
Yeah.
Blitzing.
He'd come in and he'd be fast and he'd like a
moving
little
around.
gazelle.
Yeah. After that, he just come down the back.
Then you just give it. Slow down.
That's why Brendan moved me, because he's right in one sense. So I'd move around for 4 or 5 rounds, and you couldn't hit me, but I'd tire because I was moving too much. Yeah. And then Brendan sent me up to his other gym with Dave Codwell. The school. And then Dave said, right, we need to let you get settled in, like not moving as much. And then I was up there for 6 months. And then I came back, and one morning Brendan put me in with Faxton after spending 6 months with Dave. I did all right.
Good, man.
Because I'd calmed down. He was right. But you got to understand, I was moving because I didn't want to get hit.
That's key.
Because you got him in front of you, and he's awkward, and he's like, well, I'm not going to stand there and have it out with him. You know what I mean?
It's not like I could punch.
Nah, you could hit hard. You hit harder than what people give.
No, he positioned himself better than when he was an amateur. He had more balance when you could punch harder when you turned pro, I think.
You think I could turn pro? I punch harder as a turn pro?
No, I think you punch harder as a pro than when you're an amateur.
You learn to settle. No, but you actually know what you're saying about me. But you were very similar to me when you turned pro. You moved a lot, and then you learned to settle down on your shots as well. Yeah, and it's the balance in it. Yeah. It's like
it's there's 2 things. There's one, there's finding your balance.
Yeah.
2, is finding the balance of the actual amount of time you're doing.
Yeah.
And when I go back, I'd be in that ring 2 hours sometimes, hour and a half.
Yeah.
If I got in and I did an hour, I'd be like, the short session today.
Yeah, the sparring went on for a long time.
But it would, because he enjoyed it as well. And
he did.
Swapping around.
He did.
And time just flies. And then he said, right, do your blows on the bag. And it's like, can't be
Jawed Khalik always surprised me. When I used to spar him, he just looked. Yeah. And then he'd whip you with one shot. Did you ever notice that about Jawed? Like, where did that come from? He had heavy hands.
He had good power.
Yeah. Like a foot, he'd always hit me in the chest.
Chest.
Hit me.
These guys got me in my neck.
No, that's Jason Collins' favourite shot. This is Jason Collins, sorry.
No, Jason Collins didn't do that. Yeah, Jason Collins just couldn't see properly.
Yeah. There was one.
Jason's favourite shot, was the uppercut bowler over at top.
Yeah.
And he'd swing it round, he'd hit you in the bollocks, and he'd come round and hit you in top of head.
He'd
give it, hit you in the chest.
Yeah. He hit me in the foot quite a bit.
I know, I did. That bone.
Yeah.
Right there.
There's a funny story with Jason Collins. I'm not going to tell you on here, but I'll remind you about that story when we're off here, because that day you were naughty. You got me in trouble. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, we'll leave that one.
So after you won the British Commonwealth European, positioned yourself, then you got Chop Chop.
I did indeed.
Chop chop. Tell us about that.
Tell us about that. It was a long time coming, wasn't it?
The thing was, it was a long time coming. And realistically, I'm not like you. Yeah? Where I study. I don't study like you. It's like, first person who showed me Zab Judah were you. Yeah, you brought him to house. Look at this video of this guy. Yeah, he's all these knockouts, and he was like knockout after knockout after knockout after knockout.
That's them.
And then it's like 6 months later, that's what you're boxing.
Yeah.
Thanks. It worked. It worked out. So I knew I got Chop Chop Corley.
Yeah.
I knew he'd box Mayweather. I knew he'd run a good run.
Yeah.
I knew he'd been world champion, lost it.
Yeah.
Come back. But within that,
You did all right against me with Chop Chop as well.
I watched that fight. Actually, watched all that fight. And then I watched a bit of this fight, a bit of that fight, a bit of that fight. That was me done.
Yeah.
3 rounds from this fight, 3 rounds from that one, 2 rounds from that. That's enough. I got his basic style. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
And that was it. And if someone said, you've got a dangerous right hand, okay, I've got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
So I didn't go in. I'm not the type of fighter who goes in and studies everything. I don't study the life out of an opponent. Yeah.
That worked for you, though.
Yeah. But it's like, oh, God. See if I know. There's a few people I can think of.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They study the life out of the opponents. And they do this and they do that and they do this and they do that. And I went, it's all about me. I'm not bothered about them. If I do me, I'm all right.
I think I was that way, though, because I didn't have that amateur background, and I felt like I had to catch up. I had to start understanding a lot. So I would go to the gym, come home, and sit and watch videos all day long. Because Isham thought it wasn't what with me, because I'd be just like watching. Then back to the gym and watch, and it went on like that for years, because I needed to catch up.
Oh, we watched his Roy Jones, innit? We had to
Listen, he'll tell you, I knew about Roy Jones well before you knew about Roy Jones. He thinks he's a Roy Jones king.
Listen,
Tell him about me with my haircut.
I knew about Roy Jones when I was at school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In amateurs.
When I was an amateur, because I saw him. I watched a couple of his fights back then. Yeah. But realistically, I watched a couple of his fights, and that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't study him. I didn't watch him twice. I watched him once.
I think
I have no video.
I think that if you watch Brendan said to me one time, stop watching everyone though. Watch a couple, 2 or 3. Get inspiration.
Inspiration, an idea.
And I limit it down to Nas, Roy Jones Jr. and who else did I watch?
You didn't watch me.
Muhammad Ali.
Well,
I could.
You weren't around when Bowman Graham was there, were you?
No.
You finished by then, innit?
He'd moved on.
Yeah. I'd spent a little bit of time with Bomber when he was in Attercliff.
Right.
He trained with Howard in his gym.
Okay.
Down in Teesdale.
Mm-hmm.
He was training Teesdale down there.
See, I remember Teaser when I first walked in.
Yeah.
I think one of the first days I sparred, Teaser was in that group that were in the ring.
Yeah.
And I just looked at Teasdale, and he was my weight. So about 10.5 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14-year-old kid.
Talented. Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah.
Ridiculously strong. I'm just like, he hits harder than the last guy I boxed.
Yeah.
He hit like a man.
Wow. Yeah.
So he got his man strength about 14.
Yeah.
And at that stage, he'd won, I don't know how many national titles, but a good few. And I could understand why. Yeah. And I remember sparring him just thinking, this kid's really good. It's going to be brilliant. And he's 14. I'm 22. Yeah, this 14-year-old's giving me trouble. This doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And then the next time I went back the week after, I sparred with him again. And it was easy.
Yeah.
It was so much easier than the first time. And all it was is, it did what he did really well, but it'd go left, right, up.
And you started reading him. And
it was just like, that's all it was. I just went, I've got this. And I'm not saying it was easy as pie then, but it became easier. And it got to a point, it's not even a challenge anymore because you do the same thing and then you do the same thing. Then you do it again. Then you try to do it faster. Then you try and do it harder. Then do it faster and harder. And it's like...
Yeah, special combination.
And it was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, boom, boom, boom. You know that thing where you see the wing go, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It became like that. It became so easy to read. You knew what he was going to do. Yeah. He never did anything different. And you noticed it within the results of his fights because what really set him above everybody else was the power difference. Got to 18, everybody caught him up.
Yeah. People got stronger.
He matured quick.
Struggled.
Yeah. He matured quick. Do you think that the reason that he didn't make it in the pro ranks was more of stuff outside of the ring? Do you think that he had that kind of character that he was physically strong but emotionally?
There's always going to be issues, and I just think with him, he had the whole thing of going outside because they left Brendan's. And he left that influence what I feel he needed. Because Brendan was like he did with Isham. He'd talk to you. He'd find out what you need and dealt with it. And he had a real good relationship with Brendan. And Brendan spent a lot of time with him. And just about when he was ready to go, to get into that age and to go pro, he really then needed to start learning more and understanding that it's not just about being faster and harder. You've got to adapt your technique and your tactics. He left.
He got too tough.
I don't know if it was his dad. I don't know if it was the other guy who became his promoter as such. I don't know where the influence came along.
But something changed.
That influence there changed, and he stopped paying attention to Brendan as much. They walked away. They set up their own gym. I think
was he caught up in the middle of Naz stuff?
I don't think he was really caught up in the middle of Naz stuff.
Because I know Naz was talking to one. I remember them times where it got a little bit civil war, didn't it?
I think it was a little bit easily influenced, like some of his fighters are. And I just think for him, the move he made was wrong. Now that's not just down to him, but it's down to his dad because his dad was influencing that. He dad to his promoter and that he signed with because I remember that was somebody else. And I just think that influence there took him away from what he needed as a fighter, which was Brendan.
Do you think Naz was the same when he left?
Naz was never the same when he left, but he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same before
Towards
he left.
The end,
This
is where people say, because I was in the camp,
and
he was in the camp, so I'm looking forward to what he's going to say here. People outside of the camp say when he left Brendan, that's why he went downhill. He was going downhill anyway. It wouldn't matter. That's my opinion.
That to do with money.
He was
making money and he's just not training as much, not hungry.
He lost the hunger.
The thing was, Naz fell out of the love with boxing. He got into the lifestyle. He earned ridiculous amounts of money, not by today's standards, but by the standards of the time.
100%.
He earned ridiculous amounts of money for the time, set himself above, and the life that afforded him to have and to live. He fell in love with that. And the boxing was the tool to get there, but he went from... I walked in that gym and I saw the disrespect he showed Brendan within the gym.
It was awkward at times. It was awkward at times.
It wasn't. And then I just thought, everybody has bad days, good days, you know what I mean? So, fair enough. It can be excused once or twice, it can be excused, but it carried on. There were too many of them for everyone's liking.
It shouldn't be done in front of people.
It's not good. So, and then he went from, because Naz used to be the first one in the gym, I was told.
Last one out.
Last one out. And when I got there, which is like end of 96, which I didn't... See, 96 I didn't really... Because I only came at a weekend at 96. 97's when I really tended...
I came 97 as well.
When I got there. Naz went from training in the morning to training when he wanted to train, if that were 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. 10 10 p.m. Brendan, I'm in gym. Go and train me now.
Yeah.
And he had to go across.
And Brendan just walked across and went and trained him. And it was just like, that's just weird. And he stopped doing what took him to the dance. He'd stopped that level of training and that focus on his training and keeping fit.
He dictated.
So, therefore, his performances declined before the leave.
Yeah, self-discipline.
Yeah. And then it's just like, you knew how good Naz was.
Yeah.
To compare to
And you knew how much of a star he was, because he was a star. But you looked at it and just thought, he could go to that next level of stardom.
I'm telling you now, the problem with Naz, right, is he knew how good he was as well.
Yeah.
We all knew how good he was, and he knew how good he was, and that's a problem. You look at Alex Ferguson, and all them mega stars. They were never allowed to. I'm the fucking boss. You're gonna leave Man United if you don't do it my way. Do you know what I mean? Brendan, unfortunately, right or wrong, lost that control.
Yeah.
That control had gone.
Oh, definitely. And
once that's gone, it's
Naz
train wreck.
Naz realised how big he was with Frank Warren.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole thing worked out. I can do what I want when I want, and I can get him on the bill. And
do you think Warren sided more with Naz?
Of course he did. But that's money. It's business.
Yeah,
He's a business. Warren's the businessman.
Yeah.
The business is made through who? The trainer, the manager, or the fighter?
Yeah.
It's the fighter and the promoter. Yeah? That's what he needs. He doesn't particularly need a manager. He didn't build about manager, because if I manage you, it's easier for him. I can get you to do what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Your manager goes out and looks after you. I manage you, and I've been offered a fight for you against him.
Yeah.
He's going to absolutely destroy you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, will I let you box him as a manager? No. As a promoter, I'm stood there giving it. How much money am I going to make?
Yeah. So you're not really.
And I'm going to get. So these two fight. I'm going to make this big fat cash. Can give me a little bit. Give me a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to have this big fat cash. Then the winner fights on for me. And to the next big fat cash.
Yeah.
But it's no good for you in your development. No. Now, as a manager, I look and I just give it. That's the wrong fight for you right now. In a year's time, you'll beat him.
Yeah.
So in a year's time, you'll box him.
It's all timing.
And it's timing, it's rhythm, it's understanding. Daniel Alisier, Naz boxed Daniel Alisier, knocked him out.
Never the same.
Never the same since.
He'd have been something special.
Naz finished his career. Yeah.
That's what Naz did. Naz finished careers.
Yeah.
So pick the fight.
Even though you can carry on and have another fight. Yeah, that's the fight that finished him. That broke him. Yeah. And that happened because Brendan realised that Daniel Alisier in a year was going to be an unbelievable force.
Yeah.
Brendan went,
get him now.
I want that fight now.
Yeah.
He's going to be a dangerous fight. He said, yeah, he's a dangerous fight, yeah. Take it now. Why? Because in a year he's going to be unbelievable. So do it now, get him beat now. Or in a year when he comes back, we won't have to set the fight.
That's it, because
he knew. And Brendan would bring it that. So that's what happened.
Good man.
He boxed him. Yeah. The fight happened, Naz won. Unfortunately, Daniel Alisier didn't come back from that.
Yeah.
No.
And
he got knocked out after that, didn't he?
Yeah. It's a real shame, because he had unbelievable potential.
Yeah.
But his management team didn't recognise and realise how good Naz was.
This is the thing, right? So people who watch this, I know Ben Doherty likes to talk about this on social media, other people. I'm not just saying this because he's part of the Ingalls camp, right? But Naz, if he'd have gone on the trajectory he should have gone on, you'd be talking about him in the top 5 pound for pound. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Pound for pound, he was unbelievably powerful.
Like, Mayweather. If you ask Mayweather, honestly, Mayweather learned a lot from Naz.
He did.
Especially the entertainment side of it.
He did. I think Mayweather avoided him as well, didn't he?
To be honest, personally, Mayweather would have beat him.
Yeah. When they were both in the primes. Yeah, at super featherweight.
Because
Pretty
Boy Floyd was unbelievable.
Better than money,
Different money.
Way better than Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
Pretty Boy Floyd was unreal. Yeah. At that weight.
Aggressive,
Powerful, and it's the wrong fight for Naz.
He'd have been naturally bigger than Naz as well.
Yeah.
Naz wasn't massive for featherweight.
Yeah. Oh.
But listen, Naz was massive in respect of he walked around at 10.5 stone all the way time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked around, he were a big man.
Wow.
He wasn't fat, he was just heavy.
Yeah.
And he carried it
Heavy
really well.
bone.
He could have stayed
And-
at
but he
super.
boiled
He could have stayed at super bantamweight a bit longer, couldn't he?
He could have stayed super bantam a bit longer.
He could have picked a world title there and then gone up to featherweight. He jumped, didn't he? Really?
He jumped because the cards
Opportunity.
fell right for him.
Yeah.
And if the cards hadn't fell right, he'd have stayed there. But the cards fell right for him. He moved up, took the gamble, and smashed it.
You know, Barrera was quite clever, right? Because Barrera's number one contender was Naz. And then he went and fought Poison Junior Jones, got knocked out, and then rematch got beat.
Yeah.
Is that right? Beat twice in a row against Poison Junior Jones.
Mm.
And then that was Naz, didn't want to wait around, so Naz got offered the Steve Robinson fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Naz would have fought Barrera when Naz was in his prime. And I don't care what anyone says. Naz would have beat Barrera.
Yeah, he would
Naz
have
destroyed
he
Barrera.
would have
Naz
done
was
it. He
nowhere near. Naz was like a shell of himself, 30% of what he was when it got to Barrera.
The fight with Barrera, if you look at the training camp,
I seen
what
it.
they put out, yeah, you look at that and you just think,
He's all
why?
he was dictating.
What was he doing?
He was dictating.
Yeah,
Because I was training with Morris them times there.
he just didn't do what he wanted.
Dictating.
He didn't do what he didn't want. He didn't feel he wanted to do,
Yeah.
and that's the
Limit
problem.
himself.
That's
You've got
saying,
to have your coach over you and tell you what you need to do
Yeah.
and tell you to do it and do it.
Yeah.
Even when you don't want to do it, you still got to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you know that saying, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's it.
That had gone. Naz was doing everything comfortable. He'd lost that uncomfortableness.
Wow.
You know, like when you're gasping and you can't breathe and you're getting
Yeah,
pushed
and
two
you
more
know,
rounds.
You can reach that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd lost
If you
that.
touch that level, he'll just
Yeah,
come down a level two.
yeah, he lost
Adjust.
that hunger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And it's
killing
hard.
me, man.
It's hard if you're living at home with silk sheets and the Lamborghinis, and then you've got to come into the gym in Sheffield with some hungry kids.
Green
From
on
man
wall.
on top, we want what you want. You know what I mean?
You got to come in and see D smiling at you.
Yeah, you know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
Why would you
I
want to come
made
and
a
see
gym,
D
man. I
smile
made
at you?
everybody happy in that gym, man.
D had his personality. He walked in, he put a smile on everybody's face.
He's
'Cause
a lovable
everybody,
guy.
everybody turn around and give it. If anybody gives me shit today, Donovan's in, so I'm all right. Yeah, I
He
just
was
say
put nice
Duffield.
tunes on. It was all right, nice vibe. I enjoyed the experience there, man.
You said Duffield, and that were it.
Oh, stop it, man.
What
Stop
kind of
it.
music did he put on?
Oh, we had all sorts on anyway.
D didn't put any good music on.
Listen, Johnny used to think my tapes. No, it was
Nicked your
CDs, nicking me. Yes,
Tapes. Who has tapes, D?
I remember when Naz used to walk in the gym, everyone's music used to go off.
Is it? Turn
Yeah.
off, put his own on.
He'd just walk in, whatever's on, just take it off and put his in straight away. I remember he chucked my tape on the floor one time.
What did he do? What did he bang him? For a kickboxer?
Well, I won't name names, but he did it to someone and on a Saturday morning, and it was a scrap.
Really?
I was there. You were there.
No, I wasn't there for that.
You know what I'm on about?
No.
Tell
Tell me
you.
that one later.
Yeah, I'll tell you that one after. I was literally, there's not many people in the gym, but we had to split them up.
Good.
We got into street
Who's
fight.
on top?
You ain't going
Oh, the
into
guy.
it. Come on. Spill the
Eh?
beans.
It's really out. Come
Spill the
on,
beans.
lad.
Let's get you.
Who's on top?
Let's get you in some trouble.
Who got broke up?
I'll give you a clue. He boxed his first fight in South Africa.
Oh yeah. I know about that one.
You know about that one, then?
Yeah. But that was nothing to do with that though.
Yeah.
No,
As
was,
much as that was,
That was a
yeah,
build
that was
up.
probably the icing on top of the cake.
that was just
A build up.
that was just the fact that there's an excuse to have this.
Yeah.
Listen, he was brilliant. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're not going on to that one.
He don't know what one.
Don't worry about it. It's all right.
Everyone just
we'll-
watching now is going to be like, what are you on about?
We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, we'll have that conversation
Here,
after.
I'll talk about another fighter who came through.
Go for it.
Khalid Shafiq.
Yes.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I saw him the other week. And someone said to me, how good was he? And I went, if any boxer I know should have been world champion,
Yeah.
Khalid Shafiq.
Yeah, 100%.
He was brilliant.
Mm.
I met him.
I done loads of spar with him.
I met him when I was 18.
Yeah.
We went to Denmark. We boxed in Denmark.
Mm.
Yeah. And he was 14. So he's like 4 years younger than me. Yeah. And
Did he come through? Basically,
no,
when
he
he came through Glen and then came over,
Yeah.
didn't he? Yeah.
So we took a team of 7 over there. We all got robbed. Denmark was a terrible place to box.
Gee.
But it was funny. But he came out, and I'm watching because I'm on last, topping bill. And he's got this fighter in front of him, and he walks him out and he stares him out, and the guy's put his head down and he looks down and he comes round him, look him up in the eyes, and just serious intimidation. Intimidation factor was off the scale. This kid was shaking, his knees were knocking, and I'm just thinking,
He's got this.
And but at the same time, I've never seen him box. Yeah, I spoke to him, and he talks a good game, but lots of people talk a good game, like you.
Stop it now, man.
Lee, listen, you got in and had a go though, so you got to give you some credit.
Dark gladiator, mate. Dark gladiator.
So I look at it and I just think, all right, I'm going to see what this kid can do. And he hammered this kid. Slip, moves, step to left, step to right, switched, and he was on it. And I'm just like, wow.
Talent.
Yeah, battered this kid. Yeah, kid took it though. Kid was tough. Tough kid.
They are tough over there.
Yeah. Came out for the second round, 2-minute round. First minute, battered him again. Yeah. Next 30 seconds, kid comes back into it. Last 30 seconds, my man looks knackered. Burnt himself out. Yeah. And this kid's now got some confidence.
Yes.
Confidence has come through. It's basic what he does, but he's trying to put it on him. And I looked at it and I give it, won that round. Yeah. Come out for the last round. And this kid's now fired up, comes forward, basic style, left, right. Cleats your feet, slipping, sliding, getting out the way, surviving. Survival mode, 100% for the whole round.
Holding on.
Yeah.
Holding around, the kid didn't land. The kid won the round, landed a couple of punches, but nothing seriously hard. Yeah. Came out and I just thought, he's won this easy. Yeah. Smashed him for 2 rounds. Smashed him for the first round. Beat him up for the second round. Lost last 30 seconds, but he beat him up for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
First minute especially bad. And lost the last round.
Yeah.
Lost.
Away.
Lost.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fighter,
what?
right?
I'm looking, I'm thinking, what do you mean he lost that?
Yeah.
I've still got to fight tonight. With I don't know if it were a third fight down or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm just thinking, this isn't a good fight, because there's no way he lost that fight.
Yeah.
There's not an ounce. And I thought, okay. Malcolm McIver were there as well. We went. Mally boxed. Molly lost. I'm last one in. Everybody else is lost. I got him in my national champion. He called Bo Epson, and I smashed him. Not for 1 round, for 2 rounds. Not for 2 rounds. For 3 rounds, I smashed him. I actually broke my knuckle on him.
Wow.
Yeah. So the 3rd round kind of tapered down, but I broke my knuckle on him, beat him up. End result, he won.
Stop it. Is that
Officially, I was the only person to win 1 round.
Wow. You got to knock him out to win, haven't you, when you're away?
We had a kid who got knocked out. I went, yeah, fair enough. We had a kid who lost, and he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had another fight that were close, and I thought, should have been ours.
Yeah.
The others we won.
Yeah.
Cleach, Malay, me, and there were a couple other people. Shipton, kid who from, I think it was from Glens as well.
Yeah.
He won it, and I'm just like. Then we got a fight in 2 days.
Gee.
Yeah.
Back then.
2 days later, you're boxing.
Yeah.
I went, you're supposed to have 3 days rest. I went, no, we're over here. You got 2. So you box, so like Wednesday, boxing Friday.
Different times. Now amateurs think they want training camps now, don't they?
I know. So we gets back in. My knuckle's broken. And I just went, I'm not boxing.
So.
I got broken knuckle.
Yeah.
My hand's like that, twice the size. I will just strap it up really well, but tell him to take it easy. I'm not bothered about him. He didn't hit me anyway.
It's your hands, isn't it?
I can't punch. So I didn't box. The kid who got knocked out didn't box, but they're trying to get him to box as well.
Gee.
Different times, innit? Health and safety wasn't as big as it is now, right?
No.
But he
didn't box. But Khalid Shafiq, I think he boxed again. Barry Turner, he boxed again. And
How many
He went
pros
out.
did he have? Was it just a one fight?
Pros. I think this was just the one.
Right.
But he was so good, and he impressed me so much in that one fight. I just thought, this kid's going to come through.
Yeah.
And then when he did come to the gym
Yeah.
and he trained, you could see the potential.
Yeah,
you
you
could
could.
see everything. It's just like he's got the personality
Yeah.
where it could have transferred onto TV very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Razzmatazz.
He had the showmanship.
Yeah.
He had the power. He had everything you needed to make a star,
Yeah.
except the dedication.
Yeah.
Because he didn't dedicate himself, life's influences got into him.
Yeah.
He went down his own path, and he never became what he had the capability of doing.
Yeah.
It's that old age thing of ability v character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good to have character. It's what every trainer. You're no trainer now. You must look for that now.
Yeah, I've had a kid come through really good
Yeah.
style, a lot like Khalid Shafiq, not quite on that level, not on that level.
It's
But
just
a
dumb.
good kid.
It's just
No.
Yeah.
This is Alex.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of fights with me.
Yeah.
And now he's just done one.
Yeah.
So it just
It's hard for a
basically packed
trainer
up.
that.
Yeah.
It's hard for a
It's just-
trainer.
hooked up.
Yeah, could I ask you, from being pro to adapt to opening your own gym, how do you come about opening a gym and just turn into a pro trainer? How was it to adapt to it? How was it for you? Was it easy?
It wasn't particularly hard because I got into it when I was still boxing.
Yeah.
Because down at Brendan had gone through his setbacks and his health issues. So Brendan had taken I think Brendan's realistically started early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that's when he had to start taking steps back, and like
Like
Dominic
him,
took
Dominic
over in
and
this
John,
respect,
yeah,
John took over in that respect.
Yeah.
But within the gym, Brendan was still fairly active.
Yeah.
And his mind was all right. But later on,
Yeah.
that had gone and his memory just completely...
Yeah, I know. I forgot
Sad.
when I came
Sad,
back.
innit? Yeah.
Yeah,
And I signed up again.
Yeah, he didn't
Get
know
out
what.
of the gym, Effie, get out of the gym. I said, Ben, I've got a contract. Get out. I said, Ben, look, all right. He calmed down. Yeah, he ran me out of the gym, man.
Yeah.
Should have done.
Shut up, you.
Good judge of character.
Oh, shut up,
Yeah,
lad.
that never left him.
Yeah.
So he'd have good days, bad days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that had really gone, and there were no one in charge of amateurs.
No, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the amateurs that had Val, but Val had left. That
Yeah.
had a couple of other coaches that.
Ryan
kinda-
Rhodes' mum at first, right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, when I first got there, it was Ryan Rhodes' mum.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to amateurs back then.
Yeah. Well, because I was going that way, right? So I was thinking,
Mm.
trying to figure that out.
So
You took over then, innit?
one of Andy Nice was one of the coaches down there. He was like, "We want you to run the amateurs," and I'm just like, "I'm still boxing." Yeah, so this was like 2014.
Yeah.
He went, "Yeah, but you're just going to help out." Because I went, "Yeah, I'm going to get into it when I retire, but I'm still got things I'm doing now." And he went, "We know you still got fights, still training this and that, but we can work it around where you can now get your amateur license,
Yeah.
yeah, and you can start helping with the coaching."
Yeah.
And because these kids don't know what they're doing, and none of the coaches in there know how to teach
Yeah.
Right.
half as good as you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
come on board. And so slowly, in that respect, I was doing my bit with amateurs, carried on with my pro bit, and I just did that for a couple of years. And it got to a point and I went, "Yeah, we've done your level 1, right? We want you to do your level 2 and become be the head coach." And I'm just like, "Really? Now?" And then I went, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." So I went on the course, became a level 2 coach, and it's just like, "You really trying to tell me how you throw a jab?"
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
And it's just,
The
I
track
looked at
That must be
I looked
hard.
at-
That.
Yeah,
I looked
because
at
you're world
what
champion.
they were saying to me.
Yeah.
What did the score you as?
Hmm?
Was it under par? I went. It's a different
No.
thing, but I went on a boxercise class, and they scored me a 9 on a jab, and I'm like,
You know what? They didn't do it like that for me.
Yeah.
When I did, yeah, it was just a case of, here's how we want you to teach it.
yeah,
Here's the words we want you to come out of your mouth, and this is the stances you're allowed to take people through, and they're allowed to do this, and they're allowed to do that. But that's not illegal. Yeah, but we just don't want you to do it. But there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, we know that, but no, this is the way you got to be done. And so you go through, you pass the course, you learn how. There is things to learn from being on the course. I'm not saying it's completely useless.
No. There's always something.
And it is even people who know what they're on about can learn something.
Yeah.
You never stop learning in this game.
No.
Yeah. Ali Callan used to say it to me, and Brendan used to say it to me, you never stop learning. Things change, things adapt.
People are different.
Things that affect you don't affect him.
Yeah.
And you've got to understand that it affects you this much and it affects him only this much.
Yeah.
And so you're constantly learning and ways of teaching the same thing to different people.
Yeah, in different ways.
Yeah. So went on the course, did that, became the head coach, worked down there for a few years as the head coach. And then a couple of coaches got jealous of what I could do and the respect I was getting.
Yeah.
From the other.
What was the amateurs like with the winning? Winning streak.
The amateurs got better.
Yeah.
And it turned around and it picked up.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't doing very well at one point.
Yeah.
But we picked it up, we got it back on track, they were doing a lot better. Winning and losing. It's amateur boxing, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You win and you lose, you kind of feel you got robbed sometimes. It happens. Yeah? But we got more winners. At one point, I remember they put a show and I had one winner out of 14 fights.
Yeah.
Which is just terrible for anybody, but especially for Ingleton.
Yeah.
So, got involved, turned it round, everything was going better. And then a couple of coaches kind of got jealous of the amount of respect I was getting from the fighters, and they won't get the same level of respect.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But let me have a look. Who are you? You're a dad who came in, who's now done a little bit of training. So why do you think you're going to get the same level of respect?
You're a former champion, man.
Thank you.
An actual boxer.
Yeah.
Champion as well.
And let me think. I've won a few belts.
Yeah.
So
It's boxing. That's only a sad thing, isn't it? Now boxing.
So that a little bit of politicalness got involved down there, and it worked out that this place came up because the coach who was here before was retiring. I was doing some stuff with
boxing gym.
This used to be a boxing gym.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was already set for you.
So he was leaving. He wanted someone to take over. I was downstairs training Cash Ali. And Cash Ali had been. I've been up here and sparred.
Downstairs.
No, just where.
Is Cash Ali's gym close by?
I don't know where. He's straight next to. He's a couple mile away. It's not that far.
Apparently, he's above Dave. Yeah.
He's next to Dave.
Right.
Above Dave's gym.
He's next to Dave. Yeah. Him and Richard Towers' gym.
Towers there still. Yeah.
So that's a whole.
That's a
I'm
whole
not
other
quite
story.
certain how that setup works, but they're next door to each other from what I hear.
Yeah.
But Cash Ali used to be downstairs, so I used to train Cash Ali downstairs.
Yeah.
This became. I came up. I spoke to the coach. He went, "I'm done.
Yeah.
I've just been hanging on, hoping someone wants to come along and take it over."
Yeah.
And
It's yours.
he went, "It's yours if you want it." So we worked out the different agreement setups. We went through all the legal rubbish.
Yeah.
And then because down there it wasn't working.
Yeah. Did you manage to take over some of the people that were left here when you left?
So when I walked in here, there was hardly anybody left. I think there was like.
Also built it up.
You had to build it
So
up.
I think there was like 5 fighters left when I walked in.
It takes time, doesn't it, to build up as well?
And there might have been 7 in total, but I walked in, there wasn't many left. I'd agreed I was going to take it over because I'd left down at Brendan's. I'd come here.
Yeah.
And I decided, because Brendan had passed at that point, I decided that I was going to take it over September.
Yeah.
I was going to start in September. It's got to July. I was downstairs trading Cash. One of the kids come and knocked at the door and he went, I brought you keys. I went, keys for what? And he went, for gym upstairs. He says, you're taking over. There's keys.
Wow.
And I just went, he went, yeah, I went, how many's up there? And he went, and I was doing some stuff with Cash and Dom at time. No, Cash.
Yeah.
And I went, all right, we'll go up here. So I took Cash up here.
Yeah.
and we took over from that.
Yeah.
And I'd already, everything was kind of done. It's just that I started basically 6 weeks before I was going to start.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to hype up, and I got it open. I remember being here. Then about 2 weeks after I started, 20 lads from England gyms rolled into the gym, says, "Can we come in?"
Wow.
Because you're here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just went,
Go
Really?
towards them first.
I said, "You've got to go sort it." Yeah, and they went, "Yeah, we're not." And they just, a few minutes went, "Yeah, we're told them, boom, boom, boom." And I went, "If you sort it, you've got to tell them."
Yeah,
Because some of them were carded, some of them weren't.
Yeah.
I know the uncarded ones, it were fine.
Yeah.
The carded ones, I went, "Well, you've got to let them know."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went, "You can all do a session tonight. I'm not interested. Yeah, just
Yeah.
one session. Don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Go back. It's fine."
Yeah.
And some of them stayed.
Yeah.
A couple went back. A couple left. Like Rash's son was one of the coaches down there. He left and went to I can't remember his name now. He went to another gym
Yeah. Is it?
Sheffield or
in Sheffield.
is that Glen Rhodes or?
No, it wasn't Glenn's. It might have been Glenn's
Is it
actually.
in the woods?
Riley's.
There were a few that went. Some went to Riley, some went to Glenn's, some went to Sheffield Boxing Centre.
Yeah.
And a couple come here.
Okay.
I know the Ingles were rather annoyed at me at the point.
I
Well,
know.
the coaches who were left because you've nicked all our coach fighters. And I went, I didn't even advertise that I'm here. It's just word of mouth that I was here and they've turned up.
It's relationship. You built a
And
relationship.
I have a relationship with lads, and they all respect me more than the coaches who were left.
Yeah. That's
Um,
always going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're going to get some fighters who train you.
So you still got a lot of members and new members coming in now.
I don't know, I've had new members
Established,
since
yeah.
then.
How long you been here now?
About 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
So you got champions out of here and
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, I mean, amateurs
pros.
done really well. I've had a guy national final in his first
Wow.
year. A guy won the Youth Development Championships in his first year. Pros. Alex did well. Matt had his pro debut, which is what he really wanted. He got out of the sport what he wanted, and he's left.
Yeah.
I've got Dom Hunt, who's 13-0, Central Area champion,
Action packed.
doing really well.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
in good fights all the time.
He's
isn't he?
always in good fights. Real good fighter coming through.
Yeah.
Wanting a British title fight is what we're looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eka Usman, if you don't give it up, that's a fight for Dom.
Yeah.
So there's a few different options for Dom for where he's at. He's in a really good position.
Yeah.
But it's a strong division.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Welterweight. So
Doing well.
I was well.
It's always a
Just doing
strong
well.
division, isn't it?
Doing well.
And then I've got like Ryan Williams who's come and turned over with me.
Yeah.
I've got Nathan Darby, Cole Blair, Harry Johnson, and they're all just turned over me now.
So your
So
pro,
next-
your pro stables.
I've got-
quite more
I've
than
Gradually
coaches.
growing, yeah. It takes time, doesn't it?
It's taking time, but at the
Yeah.
minute I've got four new pros turning over. Dom was on the go, so I've got 5 pros here, and I'm like, okay, I've got another kid who wants to turn pro, but he's not quite ready yet. And he's a couple more months. By next year, he'll be wanting to turn pro and ready.
Yeah.
Talent, ability, just hasn't been active recently. So get him active,
Wow.
get him back into it, and I'm going to have a stable of fighters that's coming through. I've got my young kid.
It took Brendan years to, when we went at that level, he'd been going, 15, 20 years to get to that level. Takes time.
With 30.
Yeah, it takes time, man. It takes time.
Yeah, 20
It's a long haul. Like, look at Edwin Cleary. He left Ed Ingles.
Got a new gym now, hasn't
Got a new gym. Have you seen his new gym yet?
I haven't seen his new
We
one. I
went
went down to his
honestly,
old one. I haven't seen
wow.
him for a while.
New one.
Wow, you should go down, honestly. It's
You
ridiculous.
literally live there like a whole.
He's got basically, I
community
said I was
centre.
going to give him a FaceTime after this. He wants to say hello to you. I pretty much talk to Edward 3 times a week. He's got a podcast room in there. He's got running tracks outside. He's got
Basketball.
the shebang.
Basketball court.
Chiropractors. He's got a strength and conditioning room because he's going to hype out for nutritionists and coaches to go through. He's doing really well.
Big
Fighters
gym,
are on
yeah.
GB.
Three
It
rings.
took him time.
No.
though.
He's taking time, and
Yeah. man.
I remember when he. Remember we were on camp. I remember going to camp with him.
Yeah.
Brilliant, first
Yeah,
person. When
97.
we went to Grand Canal training camp first time,
Yeah.
he was in that group.
Yeah.
He was
Right.
massive in that group. He was a big personality within
Yeah,
that
yeah.
group.
Yeah.
And they were really, really good days.
There's some stories some of them days as well.
There were some really good days down there. We worked hard. Yeah, we worked hard, and you trained, and everything you did, was about making sure you were ready for that next session.
I remember.
Listen, you could go out, you could relax, you can sunbathe. Yeah. You could go pay yourself. You can do whatever you want, but you had to make sure that that next session you were there and you were on it and you were able to give it 100%. That was the highlight of your boxing
career.
No, actually, I appreciate it. I've been about 3 or 4 times.
Did you?
Yeah, 4 to 5.
How many times have you been out? 3 or
4 times. I enjoyed it.
60.
60 times to Gran Canaria.
I've been more than that to Gran Canaria, but
really,
yeah. I went.
I've never been.
I went.
Really nice.
Yeah. Bali's my place.
I went to about 60 training camps.
Yeah.
Out there.
Wow.
A week at a time. A couple of a little bit more, but yeah, I remember doing 4 times a year for over 10 years.
Wow.
I was out of the country.
Yeah.
And then, so I probably did a year of training camps out there.
Yeah.
Probably. And then after that, I went on holiday a few times as well.
Yeah.
When I was champion, I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
But
I remember the time he was out there and Jason Statham and is it
Jason Statham, Kelly Brook were out there. Yeah. So we had a barbecue with them.
Wow.
Was she sunbathing?
I didn't see it.
I bet you didn't see it.
I didn't. I was gutting. Yeah. No. Oh well, don't matter.
I wanted.
But Jason was cool.
Jason
was cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Got inspired with Keaton.
Did he? Is he big? Is he big as Keaton?
He's as big as Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be that big, but he was.
Kickboxer, isn't he?
All sorts.
Yeah. There's all his action movies. Is that big? He don't look that big.
He was similar size to Keaton. There wasn't much difference, and I just thought, yeah. No, he can handle himself. Yeah. He sparred all right, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
And he's now a multi-millionaire in Hollywood. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Right place, right time. Know how to make the bruise. I mean,
the Snatch movie and Lock, Stock helps him big time, doesn't it? They were great movies. I wanted to ask you. Well, let this be the last question. Guys, we're going to be coming back here regular because we can talk all day long.
How long have we been talking?
20 minutes.
How long?
2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, because
very good.
We got a lot to talk about.
Know that
Don't worry, this is going to be a 2-part episode.
Yeah, we're
for
splitting
sure.
2.
I wanted to ask you a last question before we end. WBC, did you ever go to any conventions?
I haven't been to one for years.
Did you get to go one?
I've been to one.
How does it work? Do you get to go because you used to be a WBC champ?
Yes.
You always get the invite?
Yeah. The invite's an open invitation to champions.
Right, okay.
That's what I've been told.
Right.
But yeah.
What's it like?
I can go.
Because you got loads of top guys there, right?
You get to meet some people and some stories, and you see your heroes as such. You see people.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You don't know.
Duran, Leonard,
Hagler. I met Hagler.
Wow.
Duran.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah. Ever been there when Mayweather was there?
Was Mayweather there when I went? I don't know. He wasn't there that time.
No. Have you met him? Have you met Mayweather in person? Been around him? He's just smaller than you.
I don't know. No, I haven't met him. I don't. I think I've glimpsed him, but I haven't met him.
Yeah.
He knows who you are, though.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah.
He was down the road from me one time.
The thing with Mayweather is he is a phenomenal fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as much as Mayweather now, Money Mayweather, the money side of it, listen, he rules that world. Yeah. You'll never get another Muhammad Ali. No one will do what Muhammad Ali did.
No.
Yeah. And no one will do in boxing now what Mayweather's done.
No.
Because he's brought such, as a fighter, as a proper boxer. Yeah. He's taken himself, bought himself out of his contract for a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
Made that back in one fight.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
In many fights. But he took boxing to that next level. So Muhammad Ali took it from what it was to what it became.
Yeah.
Mayweather's taken from what it was now to that next level.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question before we go. I want you to answer that. But is he in the right place, right time? Because this is what I understood growing up. In Las Vegas, the guy who came forward and who was aggressive wins the fights. You can't win a fight being defensive in Vegas. So he's changed everything, right? He's changed mindset and everything. Is it because he was born in a social media area where now he can just pick up a phone and do this? I do it for my business and all the rest. Because in the 80s, it was word of mouth. There was no social media. It was word of mouth. And that meant you had to be entertaining, knock people out. You had to have some of that. For me, Mayweather's wouldn't be as big as he is if he would have been boxing in the 80s.
No chance. Because
It's capitalised.
it's capitalised on the market. But also, he recognised that before anybody else did.
He did. Him
So
or
not
people
only-
around him.
Not only did he do it, he
Yeah.
did it before any. He's the first person to do it. So when you do something first,
Yes, definitely.
you can't beat that.
Definitely.
And that's why I was saying,
Definitely.
yeah, Ali was the first to do it and make it there.
Yeah.
Mayweather took it to the next level. He
Yeah.
was the first to recognise it, understand it, and being able to use it
Yeah.
as a positive for him as a person financially to make
100%.
ridiculous amounts of money.
Imagine Ali, Nas, and Tyson in a social media area.
Wow.
Can you imagine what Nas would do?
Listen, Ali did it when there wasn't social media.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah. Ray Robinson was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And many ways better than Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ali was a heavyweight who did it.
Yeah.
And Ali took a lot of stuff from Ray Robinson and made
100%.
himself great.
100%.
Yeah. Leonard learned of Ali and Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mayweather came along, learnt of all of them, took it to that next level.
Yeah.
And as much as you might get someone who comes along now and actually earns more money,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
He
you're
started
not
it.
gonna beat what he did. He
Yeah.
he took it to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, first person to take it to $1 billion. Now in 25 years, in 20 years, $1 billion's not gonna be the same as
Yeah, it's
$1 billion
crazy,
is
innit?
now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
It's true, it's true.
If you look at it now, when we were growing up, D,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if someone said they were a millionaire, it
Big
was
thing.
unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got people who were rich. They had thousands.
Thousands.
They had
not-
hundreds
not
of
millions.
thousands.
Yeah.
The currency is
Yeah.
different, innit?
Yeah, the value of a pound
Value.
drops
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
because. Do you remember when he had 10 pence sweets?
Oh man, mate, it was half a
Yeah.
pence. You get half a pence, you get a big bag full.
Yeah. Look at the players now.
Different now.
Like-
How much did this bag of chips cost you?
Bag of chips. No,
30
it was,
pence.
I'm sure it was
Cheap as chips
20,
because
20
they were
pence.
cheap.
And 5 pence
Now
for scallops.
you want a bag of chips? What you paying?
£1 something
250, something like that.
$2.50.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah.
Explain
Madness.
yourself.
Madness.
So the value of money drops.
Everything's gone up, man.
Yeah. So therefore, being the first to make $1 billion is a massive thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't just go from like, well, I made the guy behind me made 99, and I've made $1 billion.
Yeah.
He went from the guy behind him, who was a heavyweight, making 50, to him making 500.
That's the difference between him and Roy.
Oh,
That's the difference. Because Roy was the guy before him.
Yeah.
well.
What you know, if you look at estimated, I think Roy's on the worst on Forbes at 33 million.
Is that real now?
But I think Roy's better fighting than Mayweather, but he didn't capitalise.
He didn't. No, but what he did was, he did what Brendan did.
Yeah.
He went in-house. Yeah, I remember him boxing a show, defending his world title, somewhere in Vegas, and earning $1 million. Brilliant.
It's a small show.
No. That's a massive show. To earn $1 million back in '90s,
Oh, right.
right?
Yeah,
This is back in the day. He made $1 million for this fight.
Yeah.
The
Is that
thing
against
was,
James Toney?
the thing was, I can't remember.
Probably.
Don't ask me who names are, but I remember his name because I beat him up that much times. Yeah. And then the weekend after, De La Hoya boxed
Yeah.
and made $5 million.
Yeah.
De La Hoya versus Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Not a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's not a competition.
Oscar De La Hoya was pound for pound over Roy Jones at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
believe what people were watching.
Yeah. I'm not saying De La Hoya's not good. Golden Boy was the Golden Boy for a reason because he was good. He was quick. He knew how to
won
market.
Roy Jones,
He
man.
got the marketing perfect.
Yeah.
He was with the right team.
Yeah.
Roy Jones sat out there on his own, did his own thing.
Yeah, that's the
and
problem.
he earned his money. And he deserves his props. And he gets his props from
Did it his
fighters.
Yeah. He did it his way.
Not the general public. The general public haven't got a clue who Roy Jones is.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah? Roy Jones is the man. And you ask most fighters, the best boxer over, they'll say Roy Jones.
Yeah, he's up there, man.
Fighters will turn around and give it. Roy Jones is the best
Talent.
ever.
Yeah, he knocks
Talent,
people
talent-wise.
out, man. He knocks
Yeah.
people out.
Talent-wise, listen, Roy Jones
It's not
retires
talent.
after Ruiz. I went to a show in Blackpool. You know, you get to ask one question at a dinner show.
Yeah.
And I said to him, it wasn't really a question, it was a statement, and he paused. I went, do you realise that after you beat John Ruiz, if you'd have retired at that point, you'd have been the greatest fighter of all time?
Yeah.
And he paused. And he went, nah, I didn't think of it that way. Next question. But then I was watching him, and he was still thinking about the question. You know,
Yeah,
that
because
second.
it's a massive statement. Because that would have been unreal. Because no one could argue with the fact he went in there, did
He'd be
it, did
greatest
that,
ever.
moved heavyweight, moved, and there were no big controversy with him doing it. He boxed well, but because then since then, come back, been beat, not done.
People forget about it now.
People remember the last thing.
That's it.
Unfortunately, no one remembers Pacquiao v Manuel Marquez. They only remember the fourth one that got knocked out. They don't remember the first 3 fights.
It's true.
You're only as good as your last fight, isn't it? That's
It's what you're highlighted from. Now, people remember Nas
yeah,
getting beat by Barrera.
yeah, it's madness.
I remember all his wins. And
I don't
stuff.
remember
They don't actually remember his next fight when he won it.
No, exactly.
So with Nas, they don't remember the last fight.
Yeah,
I remember.
No one remembers
the Spanish
Yeah,
guy.
they don't remember him winning the IBO World Title.
That's the one I'm going to say.
Yeah. But
Juan
the fact is he
Manuel.
did it. Yeah.
What was it? Juan Manuel.
One
something?
money manual. Something.
Yeah, he won a world title after that.
No, but his name was Juan Manuel.
The
Yeah, everyone
thing
thinks
is,
it's Barrera last
because
one.
the hype around that,
Yeah.
people remember the last thing you were hyped at.
Yeah,
So if the last thing you were really hyped at was the last fight you got beat at, that's what people remember.
Yeah. Listen, we could talk all day.
I know.
We
But
could talk all
It's
day.
like I've got my man sat down there.
I know,
yeah, he's
Paul,
been
lad, he's
trying.
train.
He's come down from
Yeah.
Peterborough. Yeah,
Peterborough.
Peterborough.
Is he stopping?
Wow.
He's going home tonight.
Well, you can go back to Peterborough. That's good.
I've got a friend from Peterborough, a former boxer from Peterborough. Do you remember? I can't remember his name now.
How long does it take?
Too many I've had too many headshots.
You-
Gary DeRue.
Gary Drew.
Remember Gary DeRue? He used to train with us.
I remember the name.
Former British featherweight champion. Fought Colin McMillan.
All right.
Yeah. Gary DeRue. Big shout out, Gary DeRue, if you're watching.
So I've got a former fighter. I've got a fighter here from your neck of the woods. You best big him up.
Who's that?
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah, Ryan Williams.
He's come through. He's
Okay.
Come and get
He's-
on camera and give everyone
on.
a wave.
come and say hello.
Come on,
Yeah.
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 Here's the microphone. Promote yourself.
Come round. Come near the belt.
Come round here.
You'll be getting one of them soon, lad.
Camera's right there.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
good,
can hear you.
All right. So for everyone who don't know me yet, my name's Ryan Williams. I'm a 21-year-old, soon-to-be professional boxer. I'm going through the motions right now. I've got this man next to me who's going to help me go all the way.
Let's go.
So
Where can they find you? Tell them your social media handle.
social media, I've got Instagram. That's right_Williams1. Find me on there. You'll see more about me turning pro, fighting with this man here.
And what have you done in the amateurs?
I started boxing when I was 7 years old. I'm 21 now, so
Nice.
it's been my life,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I've been to plenty of different gyms all up the country. I've been to the Ingle Gym, I've been here, I've been to Repton.
Yeah.
I started
Been
off...
all over, trained in Norwich, trained with John
Wow.
Thaxton.
Oh, Thaxton.
He's got experience.
Wow, good.
Yeah. He's been around. He's experienced a lot of gyms, a lot of different techniques, different styles.
Yeah, so I'd take bits out. Smart.
And it's just pulling them all together now. Yeah. Very good, very talented. Had some good results as an amateur. But his style doesn't suit amateur boxing.
Yeah.
It suits here.
Oh, the pro box.
It suits the pro game. It suits that.
Yeah.
He switches. He learns. He's got. I've seen him have fights and technically be way better than fighters and not get the respect and results he's deserved.
Yeah.
So, the pro game, I think, will be a really good success. And I just think he's got bags of potential. And he's one of those, I think he's going to come through. I think he's going to start now building up his social media exposure, experience.
Yeah.
And therefore, he will be a person you will notice. He's going to come through.
We'll be coming back to see you. What made you come in?
Can you speak Yardie?
No, not yet.
No.
What made you come? Nah, he kiss his teeth. But what made you come? What made you pick Junior?
Well, I mean, I've always had like this sort of style put into me since I was a 7-year-old little boy. You know.
Yeah.
So the first gym I was training at, they had the lines, they had the circles.
Yeah.
They made you speak in front of everyone. You had to speak while doing
Shadow
boxing while you're singing ABC. You know. Yeah, that's it. You know.
And Nick and Brendan's moves.
Were there?
Yeah,
And
I still do.
And this is the style I learned from a little boy. So
Okay.
it was always in my mind, like, all right, this is the style I need to adapt to. Yeah, you know. So I remember when I was a young boy, I think I was 10, maybe 11, our gym got like taken to the Ingle gym. We all met Brendan, we met the fighters, we went down there for the day. And I remember just being amazed, like just seeing all the pictures on the wall, seeing everyone, and I was come back and I said to Dad, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Yeah, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do. And
Feel the vibe.
and another thing, I went to Kelbrook v Carson Jones.
Yeah.
And some man, he come to me and my dad and he goes, I've got 2 ringside tickets here, do you want them? And we was like, we were buzzing, we was like, yeah, because we were sitting quite high up as well for the fight. Wow. So I got to watch Kel fight Carson Jones ringside with Dad. And I remember just looking at him after, we was walking out and I was like, Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to be there one day and I will be there one day.
Man.
I've always said that to him, you know, so.
It's in the right place, in the right place.
You're in good hands. Remember, if you do everything he tells you to do the opposite, you feel like.
You do right, mate. You do right.
What weight are you going to be fighting at?
I'll be fighting at lightweight. So I think that's a good weight for me. I'm around that weight right now, and I'd say I'm really tall for the weight. I'm 6'1", so yeah. So,
6'1".
So John, you were like him, weren't you, when you were boxing?
I was probably skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was skinnier.
Well, you're doing nutrition right.
You see what's coming out to you. That's what you're going to end up like.
Afterwards. Right? Yeah, man.
I'm nearly there.
We're gonna catch you up. We'll be when you after your pro debut. We'll pop over and have a little chat with you again.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, and see how you feel about that. We'll definitely.
As soon as you've had your pro debut, we'll come back down. We'll do one together.
Yep, that sounds good for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Right, with that, we better check out.
Oh,
You ready?
Yeah.
Wait for the music, D. You see, you started already.
Yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the 13th and Final Round podcast.
Don't forget to like, share, and comment.
And don't forget to subscribe and also
Hit that notification button. We're here.
and we out. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
The avoided.
Right?
Junior Witter, the avoided.
That's right.
Yeah. And we